3 days before the wedding, his parents threw a prenup across the table like it was a weapon. A thick stack of papers, gold-embossed, cold. His mother's smile didn't reach her eyes. His father didn't bother to hide his smirk. I remember the sound it made when it landed, a dull slap against the marble. That sound told me everything. They didn't see me as family, just a threat. They thought they were clever, protecting their precious son, their fortune, their spotless legacy. What they didn't know was that I'd already been protecting myself. I met Daniel 4 years ago at a charity gala, one of those over-decorated events where people pretend to care about causes they can't pronounce. He was magnetic then, charming in that careless, expensive way. I fell for him quickly, foolishly maybe. But I believed him when he said he didn't care about money, that he wanted something real. And for a while, it felt real. Weekend trips to places I'd never seen. Late nights cooking in his penthouse, dancing barefoot on marble floors. I thought I'd found something rare, love without conditions. But I should have noticed the small things. The way his mother never said my name, just the girl. The way his father always asked what my family did. And the way Daniel flinched, ever so slightly, every time I paid for something. He didn't know I noticed. I always notice. The cracks started showing 2 months before the wedding. The florist called, said the deposit had been declined. Daniel said it was a mix-up. Then the jeweler called about the ring insurance. "We'll need his family's signature," she said. His family's, not ours. That was when I started to dig, quietly, systematically. His father's law firm handled all their accounts. His mother's name appeared on properties Daniel claimed to own. Every luxury he'd shown me was borrowed, financed through their wealth, not his. And then came the prenup, 3 days before the vows. Just a formality, his mother cooed, to protect the family assets. She slid the document toward me like an afterthought. Clause after clause, it stripped me of everything. No rights, no claims, no security. If the marriage ended, I'd leave with nothing. I smiled, signed nothing, and quietly called my lawyer. They thought I was just another girl dazzled by status. They never knew about the company I sold last year. 15 million, clean, untraceable to my name after the sale. Money I never bragged about, never flaunted, because real power doesn't need to announce itself. My lawyer, a woman sharper than their entire firm combined, drew up a contract of her own, a revised prenup. Fair, balanced, legal. I told Daniel's parents I'd sign theirs if they signed mine. His mother's face froze. His father chuckled like I'd made a joke. But Daniel looked confused, scared even. That was the first honest emotion I'd seen on his face in months. That night, I tested him. I left my phone recording on the kitchen counter. He came home late, smelling of scotch and guilt. "I told you they'd push her," his voice slurred. "She'll sign. She's not stupid enough to walk away now." Then a pause. A woman's voice. "You said she'd sign before the wedding." It wasn't his mother. I remember standing there in the dark, listening to them plot over me, my silence, my supposed weakness. I felt my heart stop, then harden. The next morning, I sent the recording to his parents' family lawyer, and to the press contact who'd been hounding them for months for a story about their perfect son. By noon, I had leverage. By evening, I had options. When they called, panicking, begging to discuss this privately, I agreed. I wanted to see their faces. The meeting was at their estate, the same marble table, the same polished smiles. Only this time, I didn't sit down. I placed a single USB drive in front of them. "I came here to sign a prenup," I said calmly. "But I think you should hear what your son's been signing up for." I pressed play. His voice filled the room, every deceitful word, every plan to make me sign and leave me dry. His mother's lips parted in shock. His father went pale. Daniel tried to speak. I didn't let him. "You wanted to protect your fortune," I said. "Congratulations, I'm not touching a cent of it." I slid my revised contract across the table. It stated very clearly that the wedding was off, and any assets tied to our engagement would revert to me. The house I'd paid for, the wedding costs I'd covered, the ring mine. Every receipt, every transfer, documented. His father tried to argue. My lawyer stepped in. Calm, precise, ruthless. By the time they realized how airtight it was, they'd already lost. The story hit the papers 2 days later. Heiress walks away from millionaire's son after caught scam. Their empire of reputation cracked under the weight of their own arrogance. And me? I spent the day of what would have been my wedding on a beach in Capri. Alone, free. I watched the sunset and thought about how easy it is for people to mistake silence for weakness. They thought they'd humiliated me. But in the end, I didn't just walk away richer, I walked away untouchable. And that was the part they never saw coming.